Imagine being a British citizen, living on British soil, and then being forcibly removed by the British government. No vote, no warning, no way back. In the 1970s, that's exactly what happened to nearly 2,000 Chagos Islanders, banished from their homeland to make way for an American military base. Why? Because the US wanted a base with no people, and the UK was willing to sell out its own citizens for a discount on nuclear submarines. This is the story of Diego Garcia and the paradise that was stolen. The Chagos Archipelago lies in the Indian Ocean, over 50 islands that had been under British control since the 19th century. The people who lived there, the Chagosians, were British subjects. Many had lived there for generations. They weren't just visitors. This was home. But during the Cold War, the US was searching for a strategic outpost. Their requirement? An island with no indigenous population. They first considered Aldabra, but Aldabra had giant tortoises, and British conservationists raised hell. So instead they picked Diego Garcia, the largest of the Chagos Islands. In 1966, Britain struck a secret deal with the US. They'd lease Diego Garcia to the Americans for 50 years. The payment, not cash. A discount on the Polaris nuclear submarine system, Britain's Cold War deterrent. But there was still a problem. People lived there, so the British government decided to remove them. Not just quietly, but illegally. From 1968 to 1973, the Chagosians were systematically expelled. It began with restrictions. Supplies were cut, medical services stopped. Some islanders went to Mauritius for medical treatment or vacation and were simply not allowed to return. Others were told to pack one suitcase and board cargo ships. Their dogs, over 1,000 of them, were rounded up and gassed. Entire communities were dumped in foreign cities with no housing, jobs, or support. Many lived in poverty, some died from despair. No apology, no compensation, no return. British memos referred to the islanders as contract workers, a cold legal trick to erase their rights as citizens. But the Chagosians fought back. In 2000, the British High Court ruled in their favor, stating they had the right to return. But just as hope returned, the Blair government invoked an ancient legal tool, a royal prerogative order in council. It overturned the court's decision with the stroke of a pen. No debate, no vote. The British government overrode its own Supreme Court. Why? To keep the US base intact. In 2019, the International Court of Justice ruled that the UK must return the islands to Mauritius and end its colonial administration. The United Nations backed the decision overwhelmingly, but the UK and US ignored it. Diego Garcia remains off-limits, guarded by fences, warplanes, and silence. Meanwhile, generations of Chagosians remain scattered, fighting for a homeland they've never stopped calling their own. This isn't ancient history. This is a modern betrayal, committed by a democratic government against its own people for political convenience. The Chagos Islanders were citizens, they were evicted, and justice still hasn't come. What do you think? Should the UK and US be held accountable? Comment below. Like and share if you believe these stories deserve to be heard. Because when governments bury the truth, we dig it up.